by the light of your brightness, so that we may see and have the strength to carry out what is right and pleasing to thee. Amen. Okay, dear students, let's start our work. Yesterday, we gave reading to the article that is about the future of the school. Actually, this article has been written about Australian students, especially those are living in remote areas, especially those are far from cities or the nearby towns where they cannot go to the formal schools to get their education. So for them, the government has planned to provide them with education through the School of the Year, mean uh, through online classes, as we are availing these classes nowadays. Teachers are giving you lectures and lessons, and you are listening and studying your books. So similarly, it is being done in Australia. So we give reading to the contents. Those have been given on the page 16. Okay, and we are now to find out the answers to the questions. Those have been asked in title line. What's the title line? Read this article about the School of the Year. What is it and how is it different from a normal school? So the first question is, what is School of the Year? And the second question that has been asked, that is, how is it different from a normal school? Beta, also you can see on your screen the answer to the first question is it is an article about Australian students living in remote areas and unable to go to school in towns and cities as they are very far from them. But the School of the Year is educating them through e-communication at their houses. What is School of the Year? The School of the Year is an institute that is educating the students through e-communication, right, at their houses. Students do not go anywhere, as you are nowadays not going anywhere. You are not coming to your school. You are staying at home. You are using your technical devices, and all the lessons or the lectures are being provided to you at your house. So this is the answer. So what is School of the Year? Actually, School of the Year is an institute or an institution that is educating the students through e-communication system at their own houses. Okay. Question number 2 is, how it is different from a normal school? एक नॉर्मल स्कूल से ये किस तरह से डिफरेंट है? So let us see what can be the possible answer to this question. Answer is, it's different because it does not work like a formal school by calling their students at the school building where teachers teach them in their classrooms, but also it works. It works through internet, e-communication, and technical devices, right? Where lessons are prepared and taught in a studio, and interactive boards are used to teach the students, right? This is the different way of the School of the Year of working. So once again, because this question can be given to you as a test, right? In your question paper. So again, see this answer. It is different because it does not work like a formal school by calling as the formal schools call their students to come to school to attend their classes. But what it does, what it does, it works through internet. School of the Year works through internet, e-communication, and technical devices. The lessons are prepared and taught in a studio and interactive boards. Interactive board, what type of interactive board is? It is used by a teacher as well as the students are also allowed to use that to write on that, as you can use your screen. You can write anything on the screen, okay? And that's clear to everyone. Similarly, the teachers also use this interactive board and students are there to use it, okay, to ask any question by writing. So these lessons are prepared and taught in a room that is called studio, and interactive boards and the devices are used, okay, to teach and learn. Is that clear? I do hope that my voice will be clear to your ears and you will be understanding each and everything. Okay, let's see what's next. Next is speaking. Beta, here is page number 16, and the point is speaking. Actually, what is this? Speaking is your spoken activity, how you can improve your speaking part, right? How this is possible? Actually, this is possible when you are sitting together in a classroom and one topic is given to you and all of you are asked to say something on the given topic. Okay, in this way, everybody expresses the views. One person says this thing, other person says the other thing. In this way, this activity keeps you in practice to improve your speaking part. So here is it's a talk about the advantages and disadvantages of learning with the school of the air. So one topic has been given here, that what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of learning with the school of the air. आप स्कूल आते हैं, आप अपनी क्लास को अटेंड करते हैं, वहां पर आप आमने सामने फेस टू फेस टीचर स्टूडेंट्स आर सिटिंग देयर and they are learning. Okay, but when you are staying at home, so आपको अपने घर में बैठकर जो तालीम आप हासिल करते हैं, what are the advantages and disadvantages of that, we would now see, because it is the topic that is being given to you for the discussion. So to learn from discussion, I would like to give you 1, 2, 3, or the 4, 5 points just for your knowledge. Okay, in this way, by using these points, you can start your talking and you can do this activity and improve your speaking power. Okay, here is it's cheaper. So what's this? It's cheaper. It takes less time. It allows for self-paced learning. It allows for self-paced learning. It is modern. So I would like to explain a little bit these topics. Suppose it is written here. It's cheaper. You know, online classes learning is cheaper. Advantage. I'm talking about advantages of online learning, right? So absolutely here rises up a question whether there are some advantages of it or the disadvantages of it. So here are some advantages of it and a little bit of small amount. There are some disadvantages. So first of all, advantages. It's cheaper. Your user can learn. Okay, sorry. The users can learn with any device. It's cheaper because users can learn with any device that is connected to the internet, right? There is no need to rent a building or pay for expensive utility bills, etc. You cannot spend more money on it. They that are required to provide students with learning facility, or the students are not required to spend more money on anything. So it's a cheaper like this. And the next advantage is it takes less time. Okay, you can see on your screen, it takes less time. Next point is it takes less time. How? It can take less time. Not only it saves money, but it also saves everyone's time. Moreover, the teacher or trainer doesn't need to give the same class repeatedly to different groups of students. So any one of you, he or she only needs to prepare the content once and then share it with different groups at any time. Okay, at any time necessary. So in this way, it takes less time because the teacher is not going to repeat his lecture again and again to the various classes. Hmm? One teacher prepares for once and delivers to all. Whether there is one student, two or three or 300 people out there, no problem. So the next is it allows for self-paced learning. It allows for self-paced learning. What is this? Students or trainees can take courses from their own devices anytime and anywhere, right? So those who do not have time for traditional classes can learn online when they have the time. They are not bound. They are not bound to come uh, in time and they are bound to go in time, right? There is no any restriction to be imposed on them. They, uh, they have their own time of teaching and learning. Okay, the next is it's modern. It's modern. How it is modern? It is also one of the advantages of online learning. It's modern because most people nowadays prefer to consume content using the internet, right? Everything is on online system. Why should education remain strictly traditional instead of utilizing the advantages provided by the internet? So why education system should remain behind? Education system also be modernized and this also be established and education should also be given to students on modern traditions, uh, modern ways and modern based things. Okay, better next. Next, see, there are some disadvantages of online learning. So you can see on your screen disadvantages of online learning. Disadvantages are a few, but let's see what are those. Number one, it takes self-discipline. It takes self-discipline. Student is responsible for his discipline training by himself because he's alone there. So see, while experience has shown that online students are forced to become more self-disciplined. Those that remain unengaged could be a challenge as their activity cannot be monitored in class. He himself is responsible for his discipline building. Why? Because he's not being observed by anyone. Okay, if he's taking his classes while staying in his own room, nobody is there to keep an eye on him. Suppose parents are not having some spare time to sit with him. I mean, he's alone. What he's doing, what he is trying to do, he himself is responsible for the seriousness with the studies. So this is the disadvantage of that because nobody is there to keep an eye. So next is plagiarism. Plagiarism means to copy. किसी चीज की कॉपी करना, right? अगर आप क्लास में है तो टीचर्स आर देयर टू सी व्हाट यू आर डूइंग, क्या आप खुद से कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो वो आपको उस बात से मना करते हैं. लेकिन इन योर own room at home, nobody is there to see what you are doing. So keeping in mind that students are using the computer and not being monitored at all the time, so they could potentially plagiarize essays and other assignments. Huh? And what they can show that it has been done by themselves. वो ये शो करेंगे ये हमने खुद किया है, मगर वो खुद से नहीं किया होगा बल्कि कॉपी करके टीचर को बता दिया होगा या असाइनमेंट भेज दी होगी और इस तरह से वो सही ऑनलाइन से नहीं सीख सकता. दिस इज आल्सो वन ऑफ द डिसएडवांटेजेस ऑफ ऑनलाइन सिस्टम. नेक्स्ट यू कैन सी cheating. Cheating, okay, along similar lines, it can be easier for students to cheat on online exams. Okay, online exams are conducted to just judge and know the comprehension of the students. Okay, but what happens? Students can commit cheating. So this is this is a disadvantage of online system. So see what's next. Just only one, the last. That is isolation. Isolation. Let me tell you that is not being shown on your screen, but let me tell you that because I have studied it. So isolation, since students do not have to be physically present in a classroom, it might be more difficult for them to get in touch with other learners. एक स्टूडेंट जो है वो क्योंकि क्लास में मौजूद फिजिकली मौजूद नहीं होता, जिसकी वजह से इट माइट बी मोर डिफिकल्ट फॉर हिम टू गेट इन टच विद अदर लर्नर्स. दूसरों के साथ मिलकर वो एक जो कलेक्टिव लर्निंग है वो उससे फायदा नहीं उठा सकता. तो जो कुछ उसके सामने अकेले में बैठे हुए जैसे में आएगा वही वो उसको अंडरस्टैंड करता जाएगा. सो दिस इज आइसोलेशन. यू नो समटाइम्स कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो एज अ रेगुलर स्टूडेंट जो है वो एग्जाम पास करते हैं. ये स्टूडेंट्स लिसन केयरफुली. देयर आर सम स्टूडेंट्स दोस गेट their degrees privately as a private student, but some are those get their education and get their degree as a regular students. You know, some institutions are there those give preference to regular students. वो रेगुलर स्टूडेंट्स को ज़्यादा प्रेफर करते हैं क्योंकि इन्होंने रेगुलर स्टूडेंट के तौर पर तालीम हासिल की है और डिग्री हासिल की है. दे गिव प्रेफरेंस देम ओवर टू प्राइवेट स्टूडेंट. क्यों? क्योंकि प्राइवेट में जो कुछ उसकी समझ में आया उसके मुताबिक वो उसको समझ लेता है, लेकिन जो रेगुलर स्टूडेंट होता है वो दूसरे लर्नर्स के साथ मिलकर तालीम हासिल करता है. नंबर वन. नंबर टू, टीचर्स की कंपनी में उससे तालीम हासिल उसने की होती है, उसका सही प्रोनाउंसिएशन होता है, उसका सही नॉलेज होता है और उसने सही लेक्चर्स और प्रेजेंटेशंस अटेंड की होती हैं. फॉर दिस रीजन he is more preferable, right? Okay, these were advantages and disadvantages of your online learning through the School of the Air. This is the topic, and I do hope that you can improve your speaking by conducting a spoken activity and by using these advantages and disadvantages in your discussion what I have told you. The next point is find the words in the text for the following. This is very you know, okay, find the words in the text for the following. It is better page number on page number 17. This is see there. This is point. It's written here 3. Find the words in the text for the following. So see on your screen, please, as well on your book, please. Open at page number 17. Find the words in the text for the following. Already you have read the article and you are to take out the words. Those are similar in meanings. Those are showing these lines like this. Okay, a place where TV programs and films are recording and films or recordings are made. See beta, a place where TV programs and films or recordings are made. What's the name of this place? What's the name of that place? That is called studio, right? That is called studio. Again, a place where TV programs and films or recordings are made. That place is called studio. So you would write the word studio against this first line on page number 17. Number 2, a piece of equipment that is sent into the space to send and receive information. What that equipment is called? Again, a piece of equipment that is sent into the space to send and receive information. What's written on your book? A piece of equipment that is sent into space to travel around the earth in order to receive and send information. That's called satellite. Tabia, right, your message I got. Correct answer, satellite. Number 3, a camera which records moving pictures and sounds to show on internet as they happen. What that camera is called? What that camera is called? What the camera is called? Webcam. Very good. Very good. Shabash. Well done. Well done, beta. Your answers are coming. Those are correct answers. Well done. And number 4, a small computer that you can carry with you. So very, very simple. Very simple. This is laptop. Very good. A small computer that you can carry with you, that is laptop. All the students are giving correct answers. Number 5, a piece of equipment for recording sounds to send electronically. What that piece is called? Microphone. Very good. Nice. Thank you for being in touch with me, beta. That's very good. Thanks for your full attention that you are paying towards the lesson. The 6th point is last, and the 6th is a large electronic white screen used by teachers and students in the classroom. That is called interactive board. That's good. That's good. Khadija, interactive board, you gave the answer. And the students also, one by one, they are giving the answers. Very good. So once again, a place where TV programs and films are recordings are made, that's called studio. A piece of equipment that is sent into the space to send and receive information, that is called satellite. A camera which records moving pictures and sounds to show on internet as they happen, that's called webcam. A small computer that you can carry with you, that is laptop. Beta, all these answers you are to write on your book against these lines, because these are the answers to these lines. So a piece of equipment for recording sounds to be sent electronically, that's called microphone. Large electronic whiteboard used by teachers and students in the classroom, that is called interactive board. Okay, my dear students, I do hope that you would have understood each and everything of this point. Point number 3 on page number 17. See what is next. Point number 4. Write a heading for each paragraph of the article. Write heading for each paragraph of the article. Next slide, please. So, beta, we are supposed to give the titles. Give the titles or give the heading for each paragraph of the article. Already we have studied and we have read article on page number 16, and the author of your book wants wants us that we should give heading to each paragraph of the article. So after reading this article, we have come to the point to give headings to each of the paragraph. So beta, see, what are the headings that we are going to give to each uh, paragraph of the article? First paragraph, that is, going to school is normal for Australian children who live near big cities. So this is the paragraph, and beta, the title of it that already has been given here, paragraph number 1, and the heading is going to school in Australia. What is the title to be given to the first paragraph? That is going to school in Australia. Are you understanding better? That on, again, let me tell you, on page number 17, there is question number 4. Write a heading for each paragraph of the article, and under this under this point number 4, we are going to give headings to each of the paragraphs of the article. So first paragraph is here, and we are going to give the heading to this paragraph, and the heading is going to school in Australia. Heading of the first paragraph is going to school in Australia. You can write on your book, or you can note down in your copies, so that afterwards you can read out and then write on book, or write in your copies for your record or the notes. So number 2, second paragraph is lessons are given by a teacher who is in our studio. The lessons are sent to the students by satellite, and the heading to this paragraph be given is studio prepared lessons through satellite. Studio prepared lessons through satellite. Okay, number 3. Hi, I'm Jane. I live on a cattle farm in Western Australia. The title to be given to this paragraph is the use of technical prompts in online education system. The use of technical prompts in online education system. Because here a student has to describe some instruments or the parts that how she uses and utilizes that online classes system. Okay, the last is perhaps the school of the year is showing how education will work. Okay, beta, let me try. Let me try to speak loudly. My voice is clear now. Okay. Fourth paragraph is perhaps the school of the year is showing how education will work in the future. So the heading to be given to this paragraph is how education will work in future. The title or the heading is to be given to the last paragraph, how education will work in future. Okay. So thank you very much, children, for being with me this morning in this period. And I do hope that everything is clear to you. If